What's up, y'all? This is the Gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you what's on my mind. And first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Comic Artist Pro Secrets Ethan Van Sciver. Just got this joint in the mail, and let me tell you something. This is a damn good fitting shirt, man. I got the tall size. I'm chilling. I mean, it just makes a brother feel so cool, man. I'm just so fly. Make this shit look good, yo. But anyway, like I said, big shout out. And what can I say, man? I am down for the struggle. All right. So anyway, this is the day. You know, a lot of people are going out and they're checking out this Solo, Not Another Star Wars story joint. And I have been looking at several of the reviews throughout the day, and it seems like the overall consensus is that this is a mediocre movie. You know, I'm not hearing a lot of people overly offended. I mean, I've heard a few of those, but the vast majority of people are saying that it's passable. And Alden Ehrenreich, they're saying, is not offensive. They're saying that he, of course, is never going to be Harrison Ford. I mean, that goes without saying. But they're saying that he is okay. All right? He's okay. He's not like the worst thing going on in this movie from what I can tell. You know, just to be fair, it sounds like it's, I just keep hearing mediocre. Two things I hear: mediocre and lower your expectations. You know, and honestly, I don't go to a Star Wars movie to see mediocre or to lower my expectations. So I feel pretty good about the fact that I'm passing, man. I'm taking a hard pass. And you guys should know that by now because I've been talking about this now for months. I didn't predict that this movie was just going to be horrible. To me, it couldn't have been worse than The Last Jedi. And I mean, nothing could be worse than The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi just stabbed me in the heart. And I never had that experience in a movie before. I hope I never have it again. So the stakes were not really that high with Solo because honestly, they're just telling a throwaway story. You know, they're telling a story that didn't really need to be told, man. It's like, you know, for my money, if I'm going to see a young a young Han Solo movie, I expect him to be a lot more gritty. You know what I'm saying? It's like I would like to see, like in, what was it? Was it The Empire Strikes Back when Leia says, I wonder if you care about anything or anybody? Like, I want to see that guy, the guy who doesn't care about anything or anybody. You know, because honestly, the idea that I got with Han Solo, my take on the character, was that he really didn't care about anything or anybody until he met Luke and Leia. Everything I think he went through in the original trilogy is because somehow they broke through and made him care about them. You saw all the things he went through to have their back, to save Luke a couple of times, probably even a few times. It's like they really formed a family, you know, as a result of what they had been through. And I think that for Han, that was very refreshing. I don't think that he ever had that type of attachment before outside of Chewbacca. So if I were to see a young Han Solo movie, I would see something a lot more gritty. You know, I would see Han be a lot more colder, you know, borderline bad guy, you know, but not really a bad guy. It's just that he moves in a bad crowd. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. You know, like I said, the movie is what it is. This has never been about trashing Solo. This has been about The Last Jedi and sending a message to Disney Lucasfilm. That's what it's been about for me, and I'm focused on that. So for everyone who's saying, well, the movie is not so bad, well, that's great. I expect it to not be so bad. At least not as bad as The Last Jedi. But for me, this is a time for a declaration of war against Disney Lucasfilm. You know, if we can affect somehow their returns on Solo, this is going to serve as a heads up for what's going to happen with Episode 9. You know, because I'm looking at the big picture. I'm keeping my eye on that particular prize, Episode 9. I want Disney Lucasfilm to pay for what they've done, you know, with our Star Wars. You know, so that's always been what it's about for me. So, you know, I'm going to be looking this weekend. I've been reading, of course, on Rotten Tomatoes, some of the things that people have been saying. tomato meter is down, actually, I believe, to about 69%. Audience interest is at 36%. This could change because it seems like the movie is not exactly getting horrible word of mouth, but like I said before, you're talking about Star Wars. Nobody goes to the movies to see mediocre Star Wars, so I don't know. Maybe people will choose to save their money. Hopefully so, because I really think that Kathleen Kennedy needs to receive a very, very strong message, especially after everything that's been going on, with Twitter and Pablo Hidalgo, which is another reason why I proudly wear this shirt. And I want to share an article with you guys too, so I don't want to go too long. It's like I just saw this article this evening, and I'm going to share it with you. It is regarding the possible Boba Fett solo movie. Okay, so you can find this on io9gizmodo.com again. And the headline goes, Boba Fett's solo movie is moving forward with the director of Logan. Interesting. And it goes on to say, the galaxy's most notorious bounty hunter may finally be making it to the big screen. Why not? Everybody else is. The Hollywood Reporter says that James Mangold, that's a good name, James Mangold. Wow, try that one, on your girl. My name is Mangold. The writer and director of Logan is in talks to write and direct a Boba Fett-focused Star Wars standalone film. It's unclear if Simon Kinberg, who has been attached to the film since 2012, is still involved. Star Wars faithful will recall that the Boba Fett movie was originally going to be the 2018 Star Wars story, but when director Josh Trank was removed from the project days before the announcement in 2015, it was shelved. Rumor was there was even a concept trailer that was going to be revealed at Star Wars Celebration that year. With the Boba Fett project on hold, Lucasfilm then greenlit Solo for the 2018 spot. That was genius. Mangold is currently casting a film. I can't get over that. I love that name. Mangold is currently casting a film about the rivalry between Ford and Ferrari. So it seems unlikely that this will be the next Star Wars film after Episode 9. But this is Star Wars we're talking about. It can change a lot of things. We still don't know what the planned 2020 Star Wars film will be. Rumors persist of an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie in development by director Stephen Daldry, as well as 2 new films, one by Rian Johnson. Ooh, it hurt to even read that. Give me a minute, guys. Oh God. Oh God, I hate this man so much. I just even the mention of his name, is like some type of shock on my system. The other by David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. As for Boba Fett, the character was originally in only a few scenes in The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, hypothetically dying in that final film. But after he was inserted into A New Hope via the special editions, we learned in the prequel trilogy that Boba was an unaltered clone of Jango Fett. That was actually one thing that I did like about the prequels as well. There were a few things about the prequels, quite a few things that I liked. One of them was the Boba Fett tie-in, and I liked Jango Fett. I liked the father-son dynamic. I guess you guys would guess that would be the deal with me. I kind of related to that. I like that. We learned in the prequel trilogy that Boba was an unaltered clone of Jango Fett, his father and fellow bounty hunter. We don't know if this film will follow Boba in the years before the original trilogy, or if he'll get out of the Sarlacc pit and terrorizes the galaxy anew. That's what it says. Okay, so that's actually the end of that article. So there you have it, the possibility that Boba Fett will be getting a standalone film. And, because of the way Boba Fett died, see, this is the problem with doing, prequel standalone films, especially when this person has already died. Because let's say they do a Boba Fett standalone film and it goes really well and this character gets even more iconic. You know what I mean? It'll kind of make the way he died in Return of the Jedi diminish the character even more. you know, because it was kind of a silly way to go out. So if you give this dude like even more story, which makes him more substantial, then the way he died is like it's so trivial. You know what I mean? It's like, honestly, I would rather these people just stop. I would rather them stop going back into the original trilogy and seeing every last crumb they can pick out of there. I would love to see them use their imagination and come up with something new and something great, by the way. You know what I really want? I want an epic lightsaber duel again. How many movies has it been since we've seen this? We didn't have one really in the Last Jedi. We certainly didn't have one in Rogue One. You know, what was it? The Force Awakens. We kind of had one, but it wasn't what it could have been, because honestly, Rey has not trained. You know, so there was really no epic lightsaber battle that we've had since the new movies have been produced. And I think we're overdue for that. If you gave us a legendary, you know, lightsaber battle for the ages, I think the audience would come together. I really do. Like, honestly, when before we knew that Luke was a hologram or whatever he was, a force projection, you know, at the end of The Last Jedi, for all of the faults of The Last Jedi, if you had given us an epic Luke Skywalker Jedi Master face-off with Kylo Ren, I believe that we would have been able to forgive a lot of shit that happened with The Last Jedi. That's just me, but that's the way I feel about it. I would love to see that. So, you know, while you have Rian Johnson sitting on a mountain somewhere trying to figure out what is Star Wars, you know, I would say that, dude, Star Wars is lightsaber duels, it's the Force, it's the Jedi, no matter what you think, it's the battle between good and evil, it's hope with a little bit of goodwill and humor in there. You know, you mix it all together, man, and you got it. You know, so that's another reason why I know that, you know, the round-headed kid is not a real fan, because he's struggling to figure it out. The rest of us already know. So anyway, you know, that's all I have to talk about for now. It's like you got the your possible, you know, Boba Fett thing going on. The Obi-Wan Kenobi standalone, the possibility of that. Don't wait too long, Lucasfilm, Disney. But at the same time, I don't even trust you to do it right. So I don't even know how to feel about that. I would love to see it. I would love to see Ewan McGregor come back to it. But I kind of feel like you guys would just fuck it up anyway. So I have no faith in you guys. That's the reason why I'm sitting here when I could actually be in a movie. I mean, there are plenty of empty seats. I could be there very easily. But I choose not to be. And, you know, that's just how I feel about it. That's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's got to be. So anyway, that's it for now. And by the way, before I go, I want to thank all of the new subscribers, all of the current and old subscribers, everyone who's been commenting. I am getting such a kick out of reading everything that you guys, you know, send through and everything that you guys write. All of the support. I thoroughly appreciate that, guys. It inspires me. It encourages me. And, you know, it makes me think that maybe I should do something, you know, with this channel. I have to really figure out where I want to go with this, you know, in the future and everything. But I do enjoy it because I really do enjoy the feedback, and you know, feeling like I'm connected, you know, to this larger community is like, it's a great feeling, you know. So I do appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. So that's it for now, and this is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. I'll see you on the next one. Rock on.